Did we download the replay? Probably not. Download. Stats. Negative 31% inject. This is a huge game. I'm not going to be watching all this. This is the 2300 ZvT being gold. We're going to see some weird stuff. I've already had a peep at the stats, and it's basically low economy versus low economy. The Zerg keeps, like, I don't think it's quite remaxing, but the Zerg keeps making a whole lot of stuff, attacking in, and then eventually I guess he whittles down the Terran to the win. But there's going to be a lot that we can take from this. I'm sure that was an interesting move. I feel like if this Terran was going Reaper first, we'd be in some trouble, surely. So double racks before CC. He can easily afford the CC as well. And then into double gas, right? We don't see a CC. I think he's going to try and go build one now, but he can't get down because the things are there. But this feels really aggressive. We don't really need to send Lings across the map, I don't believe, unless we're looking for proxies. I feel like looking for proxies is a really weird step when he's got this here. And honestly, these Lings probably could have stopped this base from going up if they were on the other side of the map. Floating 10 lava at 347, 23 drones, so we're probably a good couple of drones behind from where we should be. We have the money to spend almost all this. We have the supply to spend all this. What are we going to do with it? A spore. A spine. Weird choice. We're not rallying the drones when we build them either. So if you're going to be doing stuff like this, and at least like 4 or 5, whatever your key is, 1 SD, and then right click them on the mineral patch you want them to go to, so then you don't have to micromanage them afterwards, you know what I mean? The overlords really should be in dead space here, even dead space this far out. Oh, that's kind of cool, isn't it? What is that? I don't know. But yeah, having the overlords in dead space will help us a lot. 33 to 24, huge income difference here. All things considered, is going alright. It's obviously a bit crazy because this is I think this is based off Pig's Bronzer GM, which is a bit of an all-encompassing sort of build order. We've got 24 drones here. How long until we fix this? Beautiful. That's pretty quick. I'm not too upset about that, honestly. 19 Lings, heaps of supply. The Lings need to get on top of this, which they do, but where were the rest of the Lings? Yeah. So we're control grouping our Lings, but really we could have just F2A moved. We had Lings here. Like, we're going to handle this, but we could have handled this a lot easier by spending the lava during this fight. People really stress about this kind of stuff, right? But it's about handling things in a simple way that gives you more control and gives you more time. So the Terran rocks up here. The first thing I'll be doing is F2, right clicking here, then going this, S, Z, spending all this, inject, inject, inject. Right? And then because of that, in like 3 or 4 seconds we have our whole army here. The Queen will keep the Cyclone busy, which is pretty good, and then the Lings will clean up the rest. Because the Lings were split and then we targeted down the Cyclone, it actually gave the Marines the edge here. And then we sort of just like throw handfuls of Lings in. We have to give up the base for a split second, and then we finally make more Lings. There's multiple points that we're in this where we could have just made more stuff. If you ever are in a 3 base and your third base is getting killed, just take the third base on the other side, please, and start mining it. Don't let this just happen and then come back and build it. Just start building the third base on the other side. He has no idea that there's a third base here, or potential for a third base here. He's not scouting for it. He goes home. Odd choice. But it is what it is, I guess. And all things considered, we lost like 500 minerals worth of stuff, but we've been ahead the entire game in income because the Terran is not making SCVs at anywhere near the rate he should be. Banes are cute. We're already 7 minutes in, not a lot's happened. I'm going to be skipping forward. We got one upgrade but didn't have the gas to start the other because... no, I don't know why. But then we also now are going to be delaying our carapace, but we should be going for attack actually, because this looks like this is going to be a weird mech sort of playstyle with a bit of bio. This should be a very simple hold. Just F to it. Just F to it. Look at the size of this army, right? He has nothing at home except one tank up on the hill, a couple of Hellions coming out. He's tech labbing the Hellions out because he has no idea what he's doing. For some reason we hand him a bunch of units here. Like, why did we do this? We go for a run by, but we don't. No, we get lured in accidentally. Just run over it. It's one tank versus all this, nothing, right? It's when you start getting 2, 3, 4 tanks that this becomes an issue. We'll be able to swarm this very easily. We want to get, yeah, not bad. I think the mine connection was alright. Behind this, we want to be spending our lava. We should be F2ing. I actually think we should be F2ing here. We're probably spending so much energy on our control groups that we're actually not getting done what we should be getting done. Just stick with the... what's all this doing though? I mean, like, it's not a great trade economically. We don't know he's taking this base. We've got no vision over here. We have no idea what tech this Terran's doing. Ravens are a weird choice. Ravens with medevacs, when then like with the worst kind of bio. He's got tech labs on these for no reason. Like he obviously went for like a quick stim and a combat shield, but didn't bother building more racks. I think this is you're just in a commanding position here. There's no reason this game should take 30 minutes. This army here runs over everything he's got. You don't know he's taking bases, so Overlord should be heading out to the thirds and fourths and stuff, and just dropping creep once the lair's done. You can buy speed if you want to make it a bit quicker. We are getting our upgrades. Could be getting upgrades faster, but I think all things considered, this is a one game, and you just don't know that because you're not actually on the map checking it. It's a very passive game. He's taking bases you have no idea about. We finally find this. That's beautiful. This should be good. No? We saw a tank and then we just went home. No? We're gonna go up. Beautiful. Don't do this. Oh, you know what? It's not bad. But again, we left a huge chunk of armor. Like, we got into the base. We know he's got this base. We could have just grabbed this, gone here, grabbed this, gone here. we give Terran too much freedom in these Terran games. Honestly, look at what he's doing here. 3 missile turrets defending a fucking sensor tower. The ridiculous. Missile turrets, even though he has no idea what you're doing, but he's obviously terrified of mutalisks. Planetary up here. This whole thing's crazy. And now that he's got the mule train going, and he's building more SCVs, you could be in some trouble here. You've got a massive Ling army here though, with good upgrades. You've got 2-2. He's probably got 1-1, and he's got nothing else on the way. So fantastic there. He's got +1 tank weapons. While this is happening though, we should be checking the rest of the map. So the first thing you did when you got your Lings at the start of the map is went and scouted half the map for proxies. But now that we're like 14 minutes in the game, we have no interest in checking what's going on the map. Kill everything. Kill absolutely everything. You went home, you checked this base, we're going to check this base, we're going to get this fantastic. With the fights that you've had so far, these are all what we call drone windows, and I think if you probably watched a bit of Vibe, it might be a bit more helpful, because I don't know the Pigs Bronzer GM too well, but like Vibe talks about drone windows a lot. And so a drone window is basically when you are in a position where you're safe, or you've beaten an attack, or you have your opponent contained, you can just make drones freely. So what you're doing is, there was a little bit of a drone window there, but mostly you're just massing Ling Bane, which is fine. It is what it is. We're into Hive, which is absolutely sick actually, and getting that, and we're not getting that, but that's okay. Like what's he gonna do here? Lift up. Fantastic. Kill everything you can. Beautiful. This is really good. No. We don't want to let him lift his units down again. We actually want to keep them here and make sure he can't just drop again and get what he wants. 6,000 deficit, but you're mining a shit ton more than he is, and you keep denying his bases, which is fantastic as well. So against the Turtle Terran, honestly, what you're doing here is fine. I don't think you're actually struggling versus this as much as you think you are. You're miles ahead, absolutely miles ahead in this game. The only issue is you don't have something that's going to be able to go up here and kill the planetary, but really you do. It's literally just Lings. He's got one tank here, one almost dead tank here. So this all here dies to Ling Bane, right? And then this dies to Ling Bane, and everything else dies to Ling Bane. This is like, this guy has built basically like a single player Sim City, and that's pretty much all it is. You're on 53 workers, which is nowhere near where we could be. We should be aiming to get like into the 70s and the 80s. We're slowly getting there, but like, considering how dominant the fights have been, we could have done this a lot earlier. I just want to see like the attacks. You're taking the map, which also is fantastic, but if we don't make drones, eventually stuff like this is just going to teeter off in ability, because see, this is the problem, right? There's only a handful of Banes here, and the Hellbats are going to be cleaning up mad amounts of Lings. Maybe not him, but some of the other Hellbats. Ah, here we go. Here's the Banes. Look at that. A clean sweep. If those Banes, this is the problem with like A moving from here all the way over to here, is the Banes are just a fraction slower. Oh, they weren't even A moved. They were literally moved from their like transformations. So a Bane moves 4.3 or 4.13. The Ling's moving like, not quite double the speed, but like 1.2, like 1.5, 1.6 faster. If this army had Banes here, and then you collapsed on him, this is such an easy win. The tanks are in the middle. They're not even sieged. He can't do anything against the Banes. Watch when the Banes, as soon as the Banes start making connections, everything dies. He's not even microing this. He's literally just watching it. another massive fight. But again, our economy's fine. We can afford to take these kind of deficits when our economy is this much better than our opponents. I'm a little bit worried that we're not getting into the kind of economy that we need to actually win this. Let's see what the next one is. And again, you're doing the pig thing is just like basically this, crashing into your opponent over and over again. But I'm sure at some point we need to get into a look at this ragtag. Like, why have you got even medevacs here? Please don't, please don't, please don't. Just a handful of Banes go through the wall here. It takes 5 Banes to kill a supply depot. I think a planetary fortress is 20, but you probably want like 25 just to make sure, because there's nothing worse than like wasting 20 Banes on it, and like 1 or 2 get clipped on the way in, and then suddenly you can't kill the planetary. So the idea would be you want just enough to be safe. This looks like such a relaxing way to play Terran. Look at this dude. Not a care in the world, man. So easy. Yeah, I don't think you struggled with this. What I think you struggled with is literally getting into a better drone count, and then just like committing everything. So many times you've attacked in, you didn't bring everything with you. This time you've got, how many Banes have you got? 14 Banes, which should well and truly crash him down completely. Again, we don't attack with everything, but we're going to absolutely annihilate this base. The bunker here is really cute. I like it. That was nice, but if the mines are there, the Ultralisks should just be going in. We've made no adjustments to the Banshees or the Ravens either, right? So this guy could be going... actually got quite a lot of Banshees, so luckily he's not feeling confident enough to push, because I really don't think we'd hold it with our 0 spores and our handfuls of splattered queens. Or this guy could be massing BCs behind this and we'd have no idea. So let's kill this before it can... shame. Roll up. Roll up. Fantastic. Look at all the money he spent on sensor towers. How many sensor towers have we got? Like 8? 7 sensor towers. Double sensor tower with 5 turret. No. Double 3 sensor towers within, like, within a screen of each other. This is crazy. Anyway, I don't think there was any struggle there at all. Damn it. I don't think there was any struggle here at all. I think it just comes from the way that the pig Bronzer GM's teaching you to play is just to do that over and over again until your opponent's dead with Ling Bane, and it's unfortunately a little bit tricky because Ling Bane doesn't go up ramps into siege tanks super well. It doesn't go into planetaries with tank defense super well, Hellbats, all this kind of stuff. It's teaching you the very basics, which is good, but this is going to start teetering off at some point. I don't know when, but maybe around like high plat, this might start being a lot less easy. But just getting into a higher drone count makes the next remax a shit ton easier, and then problem solved. You just run over him. You were literally just like one follow-up attack away from winning almost every single time, but you didn't quite bring enough units, or they were attacking, like moving from one side to the other, and it just kind of breaks up a lot of the synergy of having all these different units together in one big clump. When they don't attack in a big clump, they attack with the Lings all first, and then the Banes are all in, and the Ultralisks, and blah 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 blah. So gathering everything up, it was happening a bit more in the end there, but gathering everything up and then going in for attack. If you can't see up the hill, up the cliff, then make some overseers and see up the hill. He's only got a handful of, I think it was Liberators, which can't do much. Which can't do much against you anyway. Especially when you've got a Ling Bane army that size. So I think just being a bit more, having a bit more killer instinct to just push the Ling key and push the drone key a bit harder, and then when you're got your opponent kind of cornered like that, just build like an extra base of drones and a couple more gases, and then just like pedal to the metal, just try and crush them as quickly as possible over and over again. Banes are really good. You had such a good economy. You probably could have just made wall after wall of Banes with a little bit of Ling sprinkled in and would have been perfectly fine.